Welcome to Chapter 9, Purchases. The Chapter 9 Essential Outcomes. You will record transactions into the Special Purchases and Cash Payments journals by A. Identifying accounting concepts and practices related to purchases and cash payments for a merchandising business. B. Journalizing purchases of merchandise using a purchase journal. C. Recording cash payments and cash discounts using a cash payments journal. D. Preparing a petty cash report and journalizing the reimbursement of the petty cash fund. E. Journalizing purchases, returns, and allowances and other transactions using a general journal. F. Connecting key terms in the chapter with application. 9-2 Accounting Terminology. The Cash Payments Journal. The Cash Payments Journal is a special journal used to record only cash payment transactions. The objective evidence is usually a check, however, it could be a bank statement as well. Cash discount is a deduction a vendor allows on invoice amounts to encourage prompt or early payment. Purchases discount. This is our new account. It is a contra account to the purchases account. It has a credit balance and it is a temporary account. General amount column is a journal column that is not headed with an account title. The list price is the retail price listed in a catalog or on an internet site. Trade discount is a reduction in the list price that is granted to customers. To determine an invoice amount, you will take the list price times the trade discount rate to get your trade discount. For example, the list price is $1,500. Our discount rate is 60%. We take $1,500 times 60%. We will get $900 as our trade discount. Step 2, we then take the list price minus the trade discount to get our actual invoice amount. So we are going to take the $1,500 minus $900 and we will get $600 for the actual amount for our invoice. Contra account. A contra account is an account that reduces a related account on a financial statement. Purchases discount account. It is a contra account to purchases. Its normal balance is a credit since a contra account reduces its related account, which is purchases. And purchases has a debit balance, so our purchases discount will have a credit balance. Purchases discount is included in the cost of merchandise section of the chart of accounts. Our cash payments journal. If we look at our column headings, we have a page number, we have the date, we have a column for account title, we have an account for check number, which tells you the objective evidence for the cash payments journal will be check. We have a general debit and credit column. We have a column for accounts payable whenever it is debited. We have an account for our purchases discount when it is credited. And then we have a cash column for our whenever it is credited. So In the cash payments journal, we have 3 specialty columns: accounts payable debit, purchases discount credit, and cash credit. When we record transactions into our cash payments journal, if the transaction accounts do not have a specific specialty column as accounts payable debit, purchases discount credit, or a cash credit, the dollar amount will be recorded as either a general debit or a general credit. Looking at our first transaction, November 2nd, we paid cash for advertising, $150, check number 292. We look at our T account in the bottom right corner. We will see that we have debited advertising expense for $150 and we have credited cash for $150. So the first question we ask is, which journal will we use? First, look at your source document. Our source document is check number. So that means we will use our cash payments journal. We will write the date. Then we will write the account title. Underneath the check number column, we will write the check number. Then we will need to look to see where advertising expense will be placed. We know we need to debit it for $150. So first, look at your specialty columns, columns 3, 4, and 5. Advertising expense is not accounts payable debit, it is not a purchases discount credit, and it is not a cash credit. This means that we will have to use our general debit column. So we will record the debit amount underneath column 1, which is our general debit, for $150. Our second account in this entry is our cash credit. So we first look to see if we have a specialty column that applies to a cash credit. We do. We look at column 5. That column 5 is for any time we write a check for cash. So we will record $150 underneath the cash credit. Buying supplies for cash. Our transaction is on November 5th. We paid cash for office supplies, $94, check number 293. Looking at our T accounts, we know that we are going to debit supplies-office for $94, and we are going to credit cash for $94. To determine which journal we will use, we look at our source document. It is a check that indicates that we will be using the cash payments journal. First, we will write the date. Then we will write the account title. And then we know that supplies office is going to be debited, so we check to see if we have a specialty column that applies to supplies office. We do not. Columns 3, 4, and 5 do not apply to supplies office, which means that we are going to write our check number underneath our check number column and then record our general debit column for supplies office for $94. The second account that we need to credit is our cash. Do we have a specialty column for cash? Yes, column 5. So we will simply write $94 in the credit column. November 7th, we purchased merchandise for cash, $600, check number 301. Looking at our T account, we know that whenever we purchase merchandise, we will now use our purchases account. Purchases is always debited, so purchases will be debited for $600, and since we wrote a check, we will credit cash. So let's look at our source document. Our source document is a check. which tells us the journal we will use is our cash payments journal. So first we will write the date, then we will write the account title, and if we look at purchases, we know we are going to debit that for $600. So then we will write our check number, and then we check, is there a specialty column for purchases? The answer is no. Notice that column 4 is for purchases discount, not purchases. So we are going to have to use our general debit column and record our debit amount of $600. Then we look at our second account, which is cash, which is to be credited for $600. Do we have a specialty column that will allow us to credit cash? We do. Column 5 lets us credit cash for $600. So we will write $600 in our cash credit column. November 8, we paid cash on account to Golf Craft Supplies $488.04, covering purchase invoice number 82 for $498, less a 2% discount of $9.96, check number 302. So let's look at our T account. We look at the purchase invoice number, which is 82. What was the purchase invoice amount? The purchase invoice amount was $498. Now, since we are paying cash, we are going to debit accounts payable for the purchase invoice amount of $498. We know that we took a 2% purchases discount. So we are going to multiply 2% times $498, which will give us our purchase discount of $9.96. So purchases discount, since it is a contra account to the purchases count, will be credited for $9.96. The difference between the invoice amount of $498 and our purchases discount of $9.96 is $488.04, which is the amount that our check was written. So, first, before we decide on our journal to use, we look at our source document. Our source document is check 302. So check indicates that we are going to use our cash payments journal. So the first thing we will do is write the date, and then we need to look at our specialty columns. We have a specialty column for accounts payable when it is debited, we have a purchase discount for a credit, and we have a cash credit. So accounts payable will be our debit. We do have a specialty column for our accounts payable. So in the account title, we will write the name of the vendor. In this case, it is Golf Craft Supplies. Then we will record our source document 302. Now, according to our T account, accounts payable should be debited for $498. So we write the debit amount in our specialty column 3 as a debit to accounts payable. Then we look at our credits. We have our purchases discount of $9.96. Do we have a specialty column for purchases discount? Yes. So we will write the credit amount of $9.96 in column 4, which is our purchases discount credit. The third account that we have is our cash account, which was credited for $488.04. Do we have a specialty column for cash credit? Yes. So we will write the credit amount of $488.04. If we add up column 5 and column 6, the total of our two credits should equal the total of column 3 debit. November 13th, we paid cash on account to American Paint $2,650, covering purchase invoice number 77, check number 303. So, we know that we have a check, so that indicates that we will use our cash payments journal. The account to be debited would be our accounts payable, and our credit will be cash. Notice that there was no discount taken. So we will write the date, and in the account title we will write the vendor account title, because that applies to our accounts payable debit. We know that we're going to write our check number, and then we are going to write the purchase invoice amount of $2,650 in our specialty column called accounts payable debit. Since we wrote a check for $2,650, we are going to credit our cash column number 5 for $2,650. Notice that our debit in column 3 equals the credit in column 5. Now it is time to do our 9-2 work together. Please open your accounting book to page 247. You will need work together page 195. Please complete the work together problem. If you need assistance, please let me know. When you finish 9-2, please return to this PowerPoint. That's all, folks. It's now time for you to try some problems on your own. At any point in time, if you need assistance, please call me over or let me know.